Hello everyone and welcome to Crypto Atlas. This is a daily update video on AMC, the movie theater stock. If you guys are new to the channel, do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Feel free to hit the thumbs up like button as well. It definitely helps us out with the YouTube search algorithm. And feel free to share this video on social media if you think other people would find this information to be helpful as well. Please keep in mind, I'm not a financial advisor. Everything I'm sharing is my own opinions, my own research, and I encourage you guys, as always, to do your own. Robinhood's not looking very good right now, guys. There's a lot of stuff that's going on, and we're going to talk about these main key points here in just a moment. Let's go ahead and cover a couple other things first, and then we'll kind of wrap up with some other details here. But I'll make this a short and sweet video for you guys, so don't worry. All right, so first off, over on Twitter, Tofik, I don't know how to say his name appropriately, so I do apologize, but he mentioned nobody is discussing this aspect of the recent DTCC/NSCC ruling 2021-010 that it confirms a squeeze is coming and regulators are getting prepared for it. We should be happy, relaxed, instead of getting bogged down in non-issues. Buy and hold AMC squeeze. So a lot of people are actually talking about this that are AMC YouTubers, myself included. I talked about the NSCC and the new policy, and essentially, in short, what this is meaning is it looks like for all these hedge funds and market makers, instead of them having to liquidate and sell every single other stock that they have, crashing the entire stock market, that the new rule will essentially allow them to be able to get cash advance on long positions, and then they just have a debt that they have to pay back to the NSCC in order to be able to take care of that, right? So then we would actually receive what we need to because the shares would end up getting purchased in the end. So this is looking very, very promising. This is probably the most optimistic thing that we've been having come out lately, to be honest with you guys. It really looks like they're aware of the situation and they've been lining everything up so that it can get executed on without actually trashing the entire stock market. It's that bad of a situation. If you guys haven't been researching and learning all this stuff with AMC movie theater stock, you can always check out my other videos to get more of a grasp. In fact, if you got time, check out one or two other videos. Just kind of see a little bit older information, but you start to get a bigger picture as you start watching more of it. And I'm on Twitter too, by the way. If you guys want to check me out, I'm at Crypto Atlas YT. My handle is down below the webcam here. Another post here by Ryan Rigg said, wow, behind the scenes, the government has apparently been tuned into what is going on with AMC, short selling, inaccurate reporting, etc. The U.S. House Committee on Financial Services, or FSC, has some drafts they are discussing today. These are some of the things that they're discussing. So we have H.R. 4618, the Short Sale Transparency and Market Fairness Act, an amendment in the nature of a substitute, number 4, offered by Ms. Waters. Then we've also got H.R. 4619 to amend the Securities Exchange Act of 1934 to prohibit trading ahead by market makers and for other purposes. An amendment in the nature of a substitute, number 9, offered by Mr. Green. We have H.R. 4617 to require the Securities and Exchange Commission to carry out a study on payment for order flow. An amendment in the nature of a substitute, number 6, offered by Mr. Sherman. And then just a little bit more information posted here as well. I'm going to go ahead and just move on to the next bit. If you guys want to pause and read through that, you guys can. So moving on, we actually have 400,000 shares available to borrow, 2.8 million ETF shares available to borrow. One of the big things right here, look at how many call options for this Friday are out of the money right now. 218,812 call options. And remember that call options, or options in general, they're 100 shares per contract. So this is 218,812 times 100. That's how many total shares that there are of AMC stock that's at play here if it moves into the money. So if things start to squeeze, that could have a huge gamma squeeze effect because this is playing with options contracts. And then take a look at this. The trading data, as of reported for yesterday, there was very low volume that took place yesterday. Just keep that in mind. 69.7, still right around that 70% range. We're seeing that very consistently. Still, almost 7 out of 10 shares that exist that are being traded for the day all took place on the dark pool. That is huge red flags, and this continues to be tracked, and it continues to be public knowledge. It's public information. You guys can look this stuff up. It is It is empirical data, and that is something that I think is going to be used as evidence when there's prosecutions that are taking place. One of the benefits of having the internet now. And, again, I'm not a financial advisor. So anyways, looking at the dark pool data here, positions still negative 180 million shares. How is this possible? Position negative $7.284 billion. Just absolutely ridiculous. Looking at the price action movement here, slightly up for the day, up 2.34%, trying to recover. So we had a green day this week, red day, basically canceled everything out, slightly up today. There are a couple things that are going to be coming up here real soon. There is the AMC annual meeting that is scheduled for tomorrow. I'll keep you guys posted on what the information is from that in tomorrow's video. So the annual meeting has been rescheduled for July 29th, 2021, and a new record date of June 2nd has been established for stockholders entitled yada, yada, yada. Okay, so anyway, so we got the annual meeting scheduled for tomorrow because obviously June has already happened. So very important day. We're going to see how things continue to play out for tomorrow. And you guys, look, just to put it into bigger perspective here, this is through whitecharts.com, FINRA margin statistics, the margin debt. The debt for margin is important because what that means is that when we have the squeeze and they have to pay off their debt, this is how much debt that they have. So the bigger the debt, the bigger the potential of the squeeze. It's very simple. Think of that. Now, if you start factoring in, if they get called out and they have to pay back on the synthetic shares on top of everything else and all that, this is absolutely insane. We're looking at this right here, and if you trail all the way back to as early as July of 2016, so we're about 5 years coverage over this, right? It is the highest it has ever been. The highest by comparison that we have ever seen was right about here, May of 2018, which was $668.94 billion. This is almost $200 billion more. This is historical. This is the kind of stuff that changes history. And I think you guys really need to pay attention. If you're not doing your due diligence, you're not researching into this, you're not taking it seriously, you don't believe that AMC could go to 100,000, you need a reality check. And it's very easy for somebody to turn around and say to somebody like me, you need a reality check. Atlas, there's no way. You look at how much each share of stock would be worth across the whole market. The price is superficial. It's synthetic. And we know that because you do the math, you see all the reports. It's a clear indication that there are shares that don't actually exist that are being traded. So, take the time, do the actual research. You'll come to realize all this. And it's really bad. It's really, really bad. It's not speculative stuff. That's what I'm trying to really stress with you guys. Here's another just example of something new that just came out to kind of point to this evidence even stronger. So this is Yahoo Finance's identification of the market cap for AMC, and it's identified at $19.969 billion. Yahoo Finance has been used for a long time. It's very reputable. $19.969 billion. Well, that's kind of odd because if you go over to Robinhood and you look up AMC, according to Robinhood, the market capitalization there is $28.27 billion. So you went from $19.96 billion all the way up to $28.27 billion. You're adding over 8 billion shares. That's insane, guys. Where is that money coming from? How is it that over on Robinhood it somehow exists a substantial more amount? We know that Citadel is largely tied with Robinhood. In fact, one of the things that's going on right now is the investigation. It's a probe right on the day before the IPO for Robinhood. One of the biggest things that they're looking into is back when they stopped the trading for AMC and for GameStop. You guys remember that? That's one of the biggest things that's been a motivator for everyone right now, trying to really push and rally to get change in the market. Regulators are also probing Robinhood employees' stock trades that occurred around the time of the company's controversial stock restrictions imposed in January amid the Reddit market turmoil. Robinhood said that it has received inquiries from FINRA and the Securities and Exchange Commission about employee trading involving GameStop, GME, AMC, and other so-called meme stocks. Robinhood said regulators are looking into whether these trades by employees may have occurred in advance of the public announcement of the trading restrictions. They're in hot water right now, guys. There's no other way to put it. It's not looking good for them. As far as for institutional shares, we keep finding out more and more institutions are purchasing shares of AMC stock. It's at 28.62% now. We were previously told that retail investors, we own 80% of the float. So just do the math there alone. If we own 80% of the float, and there's 28.62% that's just now being reported of institutional shares, that alone combined together would obviously be more than 100%. But since the 80% was reported, some time has gone by, maybe some people sold. But how close to 100% is there? And when you factor in Citadel, and there was another huge hedge fund, I can't remember the name at the moment, but when it was the reports that came out of how many shares that they actively traded themselves of their own possession, it was more than all the shares that exist. So they were buying and selling and buying and selling their own ownership of shares. But it exceeded more than all the shares that exist. Ask yourself, what is the probability of that happening, especially without there being some sort of shenanigans taking place? That is a huge amount being participated in. Especially when you factor in, it's being reported that the 80% that we own, only about 4% of that 80% is actually being converted over in trading. It's absolutely insane what is going on right now. The inflows versus outflows, everything. I highly encourage you guys to do more research into this. You owe it to yourself and to your future. Education is so important. Make your own judgment calls on this, whether you participate in it or not. And I wish everyone the best. I support AMC stock. I own the stock. I'm a hodler. I believe that this is going to squeeze. I firmly do. I have strong faith and conviction in it. I'm going to wrap up the video there. I got referral links in the description, guys, if you want to use them. And for both cryptocurrency and stocks. I know there's a link for Robinhood that's in there too. I personally use Webull. More people are suggesting you go use Fidelity and stuff. It's up to you, whatever you want to use. If you want to get free stocks, free money, trade your stocks afterwards, whatever. It's up to you guys. And let us know how you feel about everything in the comments down below. We'll have to see how this continues to play out. Feel free to hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up like button, share the video, and I will see you guys in the next episode.